Now, we buy 12 billion plastic wet wipes every year, but today a ban on selling them will be signed into law in England.
Yes, the change has been called for by water companies who say flushing wipes down the toilet causes blockages in the sewer network that cost more than £200 million every year. Here's our environment correspondent, Jonah Fisher.
So we're at the inlet now of Minworth Works here in Birmingham, and this is taking all of the sewage from Birmingham and the Black Country.
But it's not just sewage that flows in here. Grant is showing us the point where everything that shouldn't have ended up in the toilet and drains gets filtered out. And one thing more than any other: wet wipes.
Are they the biggest issue you have?
Absolutely, wet wipes are the biggest problem, yeah.
And why is that?
Because they don't break down. They're not made to break down like toilet paper. They're meant to be strong and firm.
So it must be a massive headache for you and other water companies.
Just a nightmare. You can see the big ball of them there, just all congealing on the screen.
The wipes combine with oil and fat to make Fatbergs and are the biggest single cause of blocked pipes. Wipes that do make it to the treatment plant end up being piled up here.
Every day we take away 10 tonnes to landfill.
10
every day.
tonnes?
And that's just for this works. We're talking about one works in Minworth here. It's the same all over the UK.
So, we've been out shopping for wet wipes, and under the new legislation, which comes in 18 months' time in England, wet wipes which contain plastic, like this one here, will no longer be able to be sold in shops. What that means is that we're much more likely to see these biodegradable wet wipes on sale. Rather controversially, many of them are being sold with flushable on their label, when the clear advice from the government and from the water companies is not to put wipes down the toilet.
The wet wipe manufacturers told the BBC that their flushable wipes had been thoroughly tested and met all regulations. So how biodegradable are they? Daniel Jolly has been trying to find out.
So, as you can see, the wipe has broken up into smaller pieces and it's shed all of these thousands of microfibers.
So this isn't just toilet paper?
No, so even though it's the same basic materials, this is built completely different and it's much stronger.
His research suggests the wipes can still take months to break down, and he's now looking at what impact the fibres have on aquatic life. So what's the government's message to companies who are still marketing flushable wipes?
Well, I would encourage them to show leadership on this right now, and instead of marketing them as being flushable, instead provide labelling on them to inform the public that they need to bin them and not flush them down the toilet.
Why not put legislation in place that tells people that only toilet paper should go in the toilet?
Well, that's as I say, one of the things we're going to be looking at is if future regulation is required. But at the moment, it's about banning the sale of plastic-containing wet wipes. But of course, if we need to take future action, then we will.
On the banks of the Thames in London, there are signs of improvement. There were once so many plastic wipes stuck on this bank that it became known as Wet Wipe Island. But after a huge effort by volunteers, the wipes and the island have been cleared away.
This is a fantastic example of when people get together and collaborate together. It's a fantastic win for the river and its wildlife. Water companies now need to up their game. Consumers now need to put wet wipes in bins, and let's work together and protect our environment.
And hope it stays this way.
Let's hope it stays this way.
The rules are changing, but it will still be up to all of us to think twice before we flush. Jonah Fisher, BBC News.
You can watch again now.
Apologies to anyone who was having their breakfast during that
It's
report.
another one for Jonah's showreel, that was.
Yes, it is. What the toilet was.
Yeah, absolutely. 12 billion wipes.